Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting dive into the stories of the Bible. Today we're diving into Genesis 42, a chapter filled with drama, suspense, and unexpected twists. This is where things get really interesting with Joseph and his brothers. You remember Joseph, right? The guy with the colorful coat? Remember them? They sold him into slavery. Awkward. Now, years later, the tables have turned. Now they're back, hats in hand, probably, needing food. The famine has hit their land hard, and they are desperate. Talk about bad timing. It's like showing up at your ex's wedding, with an empty stomach. They have no idea what they're walking into. The famine's hit hard, and guess who's got all the grain? Egypt! And guess who's in charge of distributing it? Joseph! So, the brothers head down, unaware they're about to walk into a family reunion they'll never forget. They think they're just going to buy grain. Let's just say, things are about to get real, the tension is palpable, and the stakes are high. Stay tuned as we unravel this incredible story. Picture this. You're Joseph, living the good life in Egypt. You're practically royalty. You've got the finest clothes, the best food, and a position of power that most people can only dream of. Life is good, and you're on top of the world. Suddenly, out of nowhere, your long-lost brothers show up. These are the same brothers who sold you into slavery years ago. What do? Hug it out? Reconcile immediately? Nope, not Joseph. Joseph decides to have a little fun with them first. Can you blame him? After all, they put him through a lot. So, he hatches a plan to test them and see if they've changed. He pretends he doesn't recognize them. He speaks harshly to them and acts like a stranger. The brothers are taken aback, not knowing what to think. He even accuses them of being spies. Imagine their shock and confusion. They're just there to buy some grain because of the famine back home. The brothers are clueless. They're just trying to score some food and get out of there. They have no idea that the powerful man standing before them is their own brother. Little do they know, they've walked right into Joseph's hilarious and slightly dramatic revenge plan. It's a mix of suspense, drama, and a bit of comedy, as Joseph puts his brothers through a series of tests to see if they've truly changed. Joseph really lays it on thick, speaking through an interpreter and throwing around accusations. The brothers are freaking out, trying to explain they're just 10 brothers, well, 11 but one stayed home. Talk about a dysfunctional family dinner. They keep saying things like, "We would never spy, and we have a little brother at home." Joseph's probably thinking, "Yeah, I know. I used to be that little brother." But he keeps a straight face. Barely. The irony is thicker than a bowl of Egyptian porridge. Section 4. A sack full of lessons and grain. Joseph finally agrees to sell them grain, but here's the kicker. He keeps one brother, Simeon, hostage. This was a strategic move by Joseph, ensuring that the brothers would return. It was a test of their integrity and loyalty. Would they come back for their brother, or would they abandon him in a foreign land? Then he sends the others home with their sacks full of grain and secretly returns their money. This act was both generous and puzzling. The brothers had no idea why their money was returned. Was it a mistake? Or was it a trap? Imagine their surprise when they get home and find their silver stashed in their bags. They must have been filled with a mix of relief and fear. Relief because they had their money back, but fear because they didn't understand the implications. It's like finding money in your pocket, except way more confusing. They were probably wondering if they were being set up for a bigger fall. The uncertainty must have been overwhelming. Joseph's teaching them a lesson about honesty, even if they don't realize it yet. He wanted to see if they would come clean about the money or keep it for themselves. It was a test of their character and morals. Meanwhile, the brothers are probably thinking, Egypt is weird, but hey, free grain. They were caught in a whirlwind of emotions trying to make sense of the strange events. Little did they know, this was just the beginning of Joseph's plan to reunite with his family and reveal his true identity. Section 5, Joseph, Master of Pranks and Forgiveness. So, there you have it, Genesis 42, a story about famine, family drama, and a whole lot of misunderstandings. Joseph definitely gets his revenge, but in a surprisingly compassionate way. It's a reminder that even when life throws you curveballs or sells you into slavery, forgiveness and second chances are possible. And hey, if you ever find yourself with a long-lost sibling, maybe skip the whole accusing them of being spies thing. Just a thought. Just a